Continuation of the topic. The next topic is soil as a resource. Soil is the most important renewable natural resource. So it is replaced or renewable only on natural basis. It cannot be done by man. It is the medium of a plant growth and support different types of living organism. It's like not only plant but all sort of living organism. It is supported. We need land, soil for different living organism for different types of activities and survival on the earth. Now, the soil is a living system. It's a process. Living the life as a process. It keeps on. The soil is also a living system. It takes millions of years to form soil up to a few centimeters in the depth. See, first thing it takes grow, but it takes million of years to form the soil up to only few centimeters in depth. So that to increase, but in depth you need to just understand this. It takes millions of years to form soil up to few centimeter in depth. Relief, so that is natural. Parent rock or a bedrock. Climate, vegetation and other forms of life and time are important factors in the formation of soil. So these all things somehow just support in the formation of soil. They are an important part in the process of formation of soil. Various forces of nature such as change in temperature, action of running water, how the water is running, if the waters are running too fast it makes cuts, curves, yeah, narrow strips in the land. It takes away all the mineral on the top layer, yeah. Wind, how the wind is blowing, yeah, and where it goes, where it deposits, what particles they are going to carry with them. And glaciers, activities of decomposers. All the living organism decompose, we know them. So they are just after death or they are not alive, they are put on the ground only, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. Chemical and organic changes which takes place in the soil are equally important. So some are chemical changes, we do it, yeah, with our support. Like if we pollute land, so that if you put chemical waste or whatever, that is changes done by us. Organic changes are natural, which are the factors which is given in the above paragraph only. Takes place in the soil are equally important. So both have equal importance in the soil. Soil also consists of organic, that is humus, and inorganic material. Both are a part of it. On the basis of the factor responsible for soil formation, color, thickness, texture of the soil, कैसा दिखता है, रफ है, हार्ड है, ग्लॉसी है, सिल्की है, स्लशी है, एज कितना पुराना है. Chemical and physical properties. The soil of India can be classified into different ways. We are going to study the different types of soil in India. We'll start with the first, that is alluvial soil. Alluvial soil. This is the most widely spread and important soil. Now, what are the qualities which make it important for especially us? In fact, the entire northern plains are made up of this soil. So we know in the north we have Himalaya mountains, but on the foothills of Himalaya we have plains. So most of the northern plains are of this type of soil. Now what are the qualities of the soil and how it is created? These have been deposited by, now this soil has been created by three important Himalayan river system, the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. So they must be in the delta region and the river belts. This soil also extend in Rajasthan and Gujarat through the narrow corridors, through the rivers or their tributaries. This type of soil has also been extended. Alluvial soil is also found in the eastern coastal plain, particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri region. So you can say this type of soil is available where there are maximum river, or you can say in the river belt areas or deltas. The alluvial soil consists of various proportion of sand, silt and clay. These things are there. As we move inland towards the river valley, soil particles appear somewhat bigger in size. Here the soil particles are comparatively bigger when you go more to the river valleys. In the upper in the upper reaches of the river valley. It means near the place of the break of the slope. So from the mountains, we know the river originates from the mountain, but from where the mountain breaks and from the where the river breaks from the mountain and enter into the plain, yeah, near the place where it breaks of the slope, the soil are coarse means थोड़ा सा rough type का, दानेदार ज़्यादा होता है, granules ज़्यादा होता है. Such soils are more common in pediment plains such as Doras, Chaos and Tehri. These are the name of the areas we need to remember. Apart from the size of their grains or components, soil are also described on the basis of their age. In the beginning only we have studied in types of soil that like they are basis on their age also. According to their age, alluvial soil can be classified into old alluvial, that is known as Bangar, and new alluvial Khadar. The Bangar soil has higher concentration of Kankar nodules. These are calcium minerals which add-ons to the soil. Then it has more fine particles and it is more fertile than the Bangar. Alluvial soil as a whole are very fertile. Mostly the soil contains adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereals and pulses. Due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soil are intensely cultivated and densely populated, as these areas are highly fertile and flat plains. So they are highly intensely cultivated and densely. Definitely if you do lot of cultivation, plains are also there, you will find more people, because for agriculture and cultivation to do the work we need population. Soils in the drier areas are more alkaline and can be productive after proper treatment and irrigation facilities. So somehow if you look at overall this type of soil, they are good for cultivation. There are two reasons: they are in the river belts as well as they are in plains, flat areas, which are very good for agriculture. Fertility, number of rivers flow through it, so irrigation facilities are also easily available. The soil is very good in different if you look at paddy, wheat and other crops, yeah. So comparatively this is a very appropriate or more approachable soil for cultivation of crops. The soils which don't have good amount of cultivation, they can be also done after a proper treatment and